The summer of 1995 was the first time I had ever visited Mount Shasta. From Bunny Flat Trailhead, I had hiked up to Horse Camp, which is right above the tree line. I found a comfortable spot in a small grove of trees and engaged myself in a very deep and long meditation in which I was shown many things. For the first time in my life, I experienced timelessness and a direct connection with the divine. In my mind's eye, I saw myself hiking back down the mountain and driving back to my hometown of Sacramento. I saw myself fully illuminated with light, fully charged and full of love. I then heard a voice in my mind say, "This sacred place is here for you to enjoy and heal when you need to, but you must take this light you've infused and go back into the darkness of the city and illuminate it. Come back to me when you need to cleanse your body of the city and renew your light." 4 years later, I hosted the very first gathering at Stewart Springs.
You know what I'd like to do is be able to, it may be a little pricey, but if we can get enough people up here interested to come up here, then we can totally book this place so that all the, like, we can take all the rooms and all the cabins and everything. We could totally have this place for the whole weekend, and we could play loud. Oh man, it'd be so awesome.
Here we are live inside Club Hefe. Right now we don't know who's doing the mixes, but we're gonna check it out.
It's Evan.
Club Hefe. Who do you have doing the mixes now, Club Hefe? Is it Evan?
Yep.
Okay, we're in Club Hefe. Drinks are half price. We're at Hefe's party here. How'd you guys like it?
Oh, it was awesome.
Was it all it was worth? Did you think Hefe showed up and did a great job?
Yes, I did. I see you in here interviewing the beer. What you thought of Hefe's party, Maddie?
I thought it was so crazy.
We love you, Hefe. See how this friend is a nice...
So Gary, what did you think of Hefe's party?
Oh, great.
Anyway, I'm taking a survey. I want to know what you guys think of Hefe's party.
It's wonderful. Everyone here, most of these people I'm meeting for the very first time, they're really warm and friendly, and it's sort of like a family reunion. It is.
So what did you think of Hefe's party?
Yeah, this party is fucking rad.
What do you think of Jeff's party?
I think it's a wonderful family party. I think we're all here to have fun. We're all here to dance and sing and make music and have fun and get in touch with spirit and express who we are and come out with everything that we are so that we can be together. We love each other.
Hey, what did you think of Jeff's party? What? What did you think of Hefe's party?
Oh, who's Hefe?
which is headroom. Okay. I like to think of the vision as it's not my vision. It's something that came to me in 98 or 99. It was when I first discovered the A-frame house, in Stewart Springs. It was like something was knocking on my head, saying, hey, you need to do this, you need to do something with this, there's potential here. And I'm like, okay, that sounds good, it sounds fun, I was thinking fun, I wasn't thinking like, ooh, spiritual gathering, As far, the vision, I started, over the years, after doing this, I started to realize that it's not a vision that I created, it's a vision that already existed. And I was just listening. I brought it down and grounded it into the earth, planted the seed, nurtured it, and invited other people to come in. Hey, check this out. Let's nurture this together.
It was a really neat experience. We stayed in one of the little motel rooms, and I had never been there before, and just coming in the gates was just, I don't know, that little road leading up to there the first time is just kind of magical. You're looking around and you're seeing the little ranches on the right side, and you come through the gates and then it's just this beautiful secluded place in the middle of nowhere, and it's like out of reach of society completely, and it was just the coolest thing.
But the first words you see, relax, you're here.
Yeah, exactly. You book it up there, and then
it's like, hey, 10 miles an hour.
Totally.
Relax.
85 miles an hour the whole way, and then it's all relaxed. Yeah, exactly. It's so great.
Wasn't for that as well, I would have never met Hefe. Thought he was a hippie. Didn't like him that much. Thought he was full of shit. And when he said he was a DJ, I was expecting like a Mr. Microphone, And he invited me to one of those parties. And then I told him about New Zealand 2012. And he actually pulled out a book that had celestial canoes and 2012 in it, so that tripped me out. So then I became interested in them, and then next thing you know, he invites me up to Shasta, and then from there I met a lot of really just interesting, cool, good people through who Hefe knows. Like, for being like the guy I thought he was, he knows the most interesting people I've ever met, and you can meet him every year at Shasta. It's like a once-a-year thing where I don't care if you're gay, I don't care if you're hippie, I don't care if you're a punk rocker, like, you're accepted up there as long as you bring your energy with you. And I don't know, I've been there 5 years now up in Shasta, and each year it's getting better and better because of the people Hefe allows in his life. You know, I don't need to spout off the names, but for the ones that return, they get to know the real me. And I put on the front, but it's nice to know that actually, like, these people get to know the real Del Monte. That's what's underneath, you know.
I'm an equal opportunity racist and an idiot.
Okay, my Shasta experiences. One of the things that always like sticks in my mind is every time I meet somebody, everybody's always smiling. I mean, that's just a natural reaction I get wherever I walk, whoever I run into, regardless if I know them or not, everybody's smiling. And that kind of sticks with me a lot because, you know, I've met a lot of great people there. And I've known a lot of great people there too. You know, Scott and Kara got married there last year. Hefe next year. You know, but I don't know if anybody's been conceived there yet, you know. So if they have, you know, you guys need to actually speak up.
Thank you.
I think that there was a lot of bitterness within me when I realized that there was this huge culture going on an hour and a half away from me in San Francisco, and everyone I met was like, oh, if you were there in 92, man, and you should have been there in 94, you should have seen the costumes, you know. And I was like, gee, it's 99, and I just realized that this existed, and I feel kind of left out. But then I went to Shasta, and all these people from Oregon were like decked out in costumes and so much energy and raging all night and just totally positive and loving it and accepting, and everything that I had heard the scene was like when I was just a baby and listening to rock. And that's what I appreciate. I think that's really what the gem is of this gathering for me, is the people, all different peoples from all different walks of life and cultures coming together in union to celebrate one thing, and that's life. And that's what we're there, you know, and we're all there to relax and meet each other and connect and have a wonderful time and express ourselves through art and music and dance, and that's what we do. But, you know, so many people thought that it was all lost and said, oh, I'm gonna quit DJing because there's no dancers out there, and, you know, the culture is dead and rave is dead, and, you know, it's not. It's not, because we're keeping it alive in Shasta.
Okay, I'm standing here with Amber and Jesse. Say hi.
Hi.
These are the two that are responsible for the lovely creation in 2002, was it? Or is it? No, it was 2003. These two are basically responsible for starting the theme craze that is starting to take off in the annual Shasta Gathering. And I was hoping to get some of your thoughts and impressions from the last Shasta Gathering, or maybe all three that you've been to.
It's a lot of fun.
It definitely for us it's been an evolution, because the first time we came we just brought a couple of fun lights and whatnot, and then you had said that there was going to be a contest, and whenever I hear contest, the competition rises up within me and must win.
Over.
And so Love Shack was born, and then we brought some stuff and it was great, but then Margaritaville came.
You have to one-up
and
that.
Yeah, you have to keep one-upping
So next year
yourself.
we can't even go. After Margaritaville.
We're gonna go. But we just wanted to bring an extra stop so people could come, stop by, have a couple margaritas, have a good time, and then like go back to the dance floor and move through. But it's definitely been an evolution for us.
I agree. And there's probably 10 of us who were involved. It's not just us. I would say that we're the ringleaders for sure. But we have a big crew, you know, and I think the Eugene kids, as you all know and soon will know, are pretty into kind of partying down like that and kind of taking and creating a vibe, you know, for everyone to share. And that's what I like about Shasta, is that it's not, it is sort of a commingling of tribes, as it were. And I've met a lot of neat people from all over the West Coast, and they kind of have, you know, they each bring their own thing. and we choose to
Hippies!
bring a big crazy party, I guess, you know.
Hippies!
But it's a lot of fun, for sure.
Hippie's the one true hippie.
Gathering of hippies. You guys come there to make fun of the hippies.
Well, we're hippies
That's
too.
the whole
Yeah,
reason
but
you
we're
come,
hippies
right?
too.
It's all in fun.
Yeah.
Well, I must say I appreciate and love you guys a lot, and thank you for bringing that vibration and that idea
Excuse me.
spark to the gathering that it definitely was needing, I think, you know, to evolve it further. Thank you guys.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
Very hot. And very cold.
I don't know. I mean, we're starting to run out. The ghetto won't be. It'll be ghetto fabulous next year. Next year, the opening night party. No, that's what we'll call it. This is no. Thursday night will be the bathhouse. The bathhouse. The bathhouse for Thursday night. That's a great idea. Set up a little sound system there while we take our bath. That's a good idea. They won't mind. On the deck out there. You don't need 18-inch subs or all that. I know. Just have computer speakers over here.
The mountain itself, I've heard, is a vortex. It's a place where two very powerful, two of the strongest ley lines on the planet cross. And going there is pretty intense. I mean, you can just feel the higher vibrations that resonate there, and it really helps to raise your own vibrations by being there. There's no way you can avoid it. Even if you're not aware of it, it still will happen. So when we come there as a group, I think that it's really steps up our ability to connect with each other and connect with ourselves and connect with nature. And that's why, it always brings profound experiences for us, as a group and on individual levels. And it's just a beautiful thing.
Hello, my name is Kurt Foy Booker, and I am the producer engineer of this Shasta Gathering DVD documentary that you're now watching. In fact, Hefe is here with me, and we're actually in the process of editing this fine documentary that you're enjoying. And we've come to the year 2001, which was the year of synergy, and we've realized we have no content to show you for year 2001. We have no video, we don't have any pictures that go woo like that. And so, however, year 2001 was the first year that I attended a Shasta Gathering, so I thought we'd talk about that. My experience at the Palace Theater, year 2001 in Weed, California. The party wasn't at Stewart Springs at that event, but the A-frame was the after party, I recall. It was actually a lot of technical difficulties at that party, as I recall. That one didn't go as smoothly as some of the others, even though we all had a great time. I remember you were late to your own gig. We're all standing around for hours. Where's Hefe? Where's Hefe? Where's Hefe? And finally you got there, and then we tried to put the sound system together, and it wasn't quite working right for some reason, and we had like 15 guys who, all kind of knew something, all crammed into that little back of the amp and plugging stuff in left and right. And we thought we had blown out one of the JBL towers. Do you remember that? because something happened, it was shh, but then later on you plugged it in and it was fine, like a couple months later. So that happened. What else happened? There's something else about that gig.
Turning trash into a trend. Broken glasses in demand. Hanging out with my best friend. Happy, weird. Happy, weird.
In 2002, you played probably one of the best sets, well, at least that I've ever heard you play. You just like blew up and just blew a lot of people's minds. I remember that, and I was hoping you could talk a little bit about what you were feeling at that moment.
I drove up after work. I think I left town. I left Sacramento at 6 o'clock and just booked it up there. But I got there about an hour and a half or so before I played. And I went to my room and I took a shower, and actually there was a thunderstorm going on at the time. And I was in the shower thinking about that. Anyway, I took a shower and I meditated and I put essential oils on me, and I got dressed and I stretched, and I just like totally zoned out and just got into the whole feeling of being back. And by the time I walked down to the A-frame, I mean, I was just charged. I don't know how else to explain it, but I had just been praying that God would just bless that set and use me, you know, in my music to touch people. And I was charged. I was ready to go, and I got down there and I said hello to my friends and I danced a little while, and when it was time to get on the decks, I was just ready to go. And I had this theory that I was gonna, you know, normally I start my sets with a little bit slower and I work up. This time I was just like, you know what, forget it. I'm gonna start just hard and I'm just gonna go. And it was the coolest set ever, and the whole set ended up being that way, and it was just pumping and people were dancing and screaming and like yelling. It was the coolest feeling.
People were screaming, I remember that.
It was so awesome and loud.
I'm surprised the house didn't fall apart because people were dancing so hard. Okay, we're going to talk about Shasta Gathering and your impressions.
Shasta.
Over the last 2 years.
Shasta is a magical place full of fairy creatures and nature spirits and lots of magic. Shasta is a very healing place. It's true. I've seen a lot of other interviews, but I'd just like to re-emphasize again just how healing and how much personal growth takes place there every year for, I think, every single one of us. I know for me, on a personal level, definitely the last 2 years, each has contained its own message to me, its own lesson, and its own truth in each of their unique ways. The first year I was there, of course, was kind of a difficult time for me. I was feeling kind of stuck, feeling just, you know, like I was trapped in a life that I didn't really feel jazzed about living anymore. And coming to Shasta and feeling, you know, just the energy again to dance for the length of time and with all the enthusiasm that was feeding me, you know. And it wasn't, after a while, it wasn't even a part of me. It was a part of the greater spirits, the angels of the Shasta area, which I'd invited and called to come and dance with me, were dancing me throughout that night. And it was just one of the most pivotal experiences I've had to date in my life.
I'm talking about Hindus and Vishnu, the laws of Manu, runes, Bactunes, and one Hunapu seen through. Archaeology, astronomy, discoveries point to galactic center of the Milky Way, at which we arrive on a particular date, so we incarnate to communicate a new world age to alter our state and transform the human race. Through much dialogue, debate, and pleads, convincing some about the ceremonies, celebrate the sun conjunct with Pleiades at the zenith. But some don't believe because they haven't seen it, but the ones who did followed cycles of Venus, from Itzaba to Chichen Itza, even to the highlands of Guatemala. So let's get together for the Merkaba meditation, to breathe and receive from all our relations the lost wisdom of the cosmic ancient civilizations, sacred geometry and geography of every nation, opening portals to the source of creation. We call upon a galactic activation, a galactic activation, a galactic activation.
Yeah, let's make a comment about the 2004 artwork that you did, and just say that, you know, when I first saw it, it spoke to me. You know, I said, oh my God, this is what we do. This is a visual representation of, in its most beautiful form, you know, you know, wow. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find the words to describe it, so I won't look any further. Thanks, Ari. Love you. Okay. Who's that brown guy sitting next to you? Who's that?
It's King Brown Man.
King Brown Man.
Glad to be here, Bob.
Okay,
it's good
Bob.
to be here with all the trees and the ferns and the grasses. Very nice. Glad to be here. Glad to talk about Mount Adams. Really, really great. Have a great time every time I go there. It's a wonderful place. It's really kept a distinct impression in my mind. I'll be going to Mount Adams for the rest of my life. Really looking forward to it. I hope to see all you people there. It'll be really good.
Only one problem, Brown Boy. This is about Mount Shasta.
Well, where is that? All right, fine. So the gig's up. Okay, fine. We'll talk about Shasta then.
Chipmunk rodeo, isn't it?
Stomp your feet and clap your hands. Come on, everybody, it's a happy thing. Bouncing time to the beat. Hey, you don't even have to move your feet. Just shake your fan, let the cheese move. Now spin around and feel the groove.
Let's try it.
Shasta's magic, people. If you need magic, come to Shasta. We've got plenty of it. Plenty of magic in all corners. One for every size, every color, baby.
And it's free.
Free energy.
I never really have a lot to, I don't know, say when it comes down to it about, you know, the different events and that sort of thing. I usually feel like it's the type of thing that, especially with Shasta, that kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You know, you just kind of got to be there and experience it. You know, trying to describe it to people, it just kind of usually comes out as, you know, oh, you had a party with
like
DJs.
Trying to describe what it's like to do LSD to somebody who just has no clue.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you much.
You want to make sure you do it justice when you give it a description, that's for sure.
Definitely. Thanks, Mark.
Right, thank you.
Come together, share our lives with friends from Sacramento,
Portland, Eugene.
I like the eclectic mix of DJs. You get to hear a lot of good music from different genres of electronic music, I guess you would call it.
I got into stacking rocks because of going to Shasta, because you know the meditation and the environment of just being able to balance rocks.
Shasta is amazing. Beautiful. It's amazing. Every time I've been there, it has been such a different experience. I've been there twice, and I really wish that I have went to all 4 of them because they were really spectacular. Or 5 of them. 4. 4 of them? 4? 5?
6.
No.
6.
Okay, tell your wonderful experience.
Shasta is amazing and incredible in so many ways that it's hard to explain in the little bit of time that I have. But all of the people that end up accumulating in that area at that time just are perfect for what's going on. It's moved my soul and brought me to different places and made me experience what I need to experience at that point in time, and it always does that, and it's a blessing, and I hope that everybody can experience that.
Okay, we're wrapping up our Portlandite interviews. And we see a shot of downtown Portland from the top of Mount Tabor. Sunset. If you can see it. You should be able to see it. Who's that? Oh, jeez.
It's Katrina!
Katrina! Okay. Isn't she cute, guys?
No, jeez. Need more flowers. Okay.
Okay, so we are rolling, and we're going to talk about Shasta.
Well, I don't even know what
Make
to
sure
talk
you
about.
make sure it's thick and juicy.
I got something thick and juicy.
I bet you do.
So, a couple years ago at Mount Shasta, I was giving Kevin a tarot reading, and he started glowing green. It was absolutely amazing, and that was the same weekend that him and Carrick and Minaj, I think, and Melissa and a bunch of us were all just having this Indigo Children Talks up there, and it was just so amazing. The energy was just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And ever since then, there's been a lot of things spiraling off, and it's been really, really special and cool. Yeah, I think the main thing about Shasta is the gathering, like just coming home to the family. I would call it like my one vacation of the year. Not really, but you know, just like coming home to the family, and just so rejuvenating, and that place is powerful, and I don't know, like it's something I need every year. I know that for sure. I think we all do. We all need each other. Fun. Next year, looking forward to a number of different things, expanded themes, our wedding. I can't even believe that.
Taking your experience home with you when the gathering's over. You know, Shasta's a very, very magical and powerful place. It's the chakra of the earth, basically. And I think that's what we're being asked to do is, you know, in a big way, is take these vibrations home with us, share them with our tribes. In 2005, I think what seems to be the emerging theme, is what's coming to me, is a blending of, or a representation or a metaphor for bringing a little bit of home to me, to Shasta. Not to me, to Shasta. And transform it. Watch it transform. Take that back. And I think it's going to be even more powerful next year, I think. You know. I think we're going to, the emphasis is going to be more on, you know, let's work on transforming our urban centers, our homes. Bring that vibration home with us. Create a portal over your house, you know, create some kind of vortex over your house, over the cities, you know. Anchor that vibration because the cities really need it. And I think that's where we're going with this.